Welcome to New Mexico Piñon Coffee. We're excited to show you what goes on here in our roastery each and every day.
Told me nothing about how things are going. I guess it's showing that all I see is somewhere back.
When we receive our coffee, it comes to us in 150-pound burlap sacks. We receive a truckload of this unroasted green coffee about once every 2 weeks. Each bean truck has around 320 bags of coffee, totaling 48,000 pounds. This works out to nearly 1.5 million pounds of coffee each year. It takes us about half a day to unload this truck, but through the magic of time-lapse, you can see the whole process in just a couple of minutes.
Inside my consciousness, the way things are going. Apparently I'm growing up. I'm always reaching for the top. I don't wanna see you or give up on me, 'cause I won't let you down. I've got nothing more to offer you, 'cause I've got better things to do. The people I meet, they're giving up to succeed, and for some reason they are somewhere buried deep inside my consciousness. I don't want them to be there. They're not worthy of my time. I'm always reaching for the
We generally use a blend of beans from 3 different origins in our coffee, which helps us keep our coffee consistent. This particular shipment includes coffee from Brazil, Guatemala, and Honduras, but we use coffee from many other South and Central American origins depending on quality, flavor, and aroma. This is where we store our green coffee beans before we roast them. At the end is also where we keep our decaf coffee. This is decaffeinated via a process called UVVW, or Ultraviolet Vapor, Vacuum, and Water, by a company in Texas. Here you can see what the green coffee beans actually look like just before being weighed out and roasted. This giant machine is our roaster, which we purchased in 2017. It was manufactured by a company called Joper, which is based in Portugal, and can roast up to 265 pounds of coffee in a single batch. For the first 15 years of our business, we used a smaller 75-pound roaster, built by a company called San Franciscan. We eventually purchased a second 75-pound San Franciscan, but in recent years, even being able to roast 150 pounds of coffee every 20 minutes just wasn't enough to keep up with demand, which is why we purchased our new Joper roaster. Here you can see green coffee beans being weighed out and added to a hopper. These are then vacuum drawn into another hopper on top of the roaster and then dumped into the actual roasting chamber. The green coffee is roasted in the drum for about 15 minutes until it reaches a perfect medium roast. Most of the coffee that we sell, including our best-selling traditional Piñon, is medium roast coffee. We use this little viewing window, as well as what is called a trier, to make sure that the coffee is roasted to the correct stage. Once the coffee is roasted to where we want it, a door on the front opens and the roasted coffee falls into the cooling tray. It is then stirred and cooled from the approximately 420 degrees it was in the roaster to around 100 degrees, which only takes a few minutes. The coffee is then vacuum drawn up what is called a destoner. Occasionally, the bags of green coffee beans will have small rocks or other foreign items in them, and this makes sure that they do not end up in the final coffee. The coffee is then transferred into one of our big red bins, which each hold up to 1,000 pounds of coffee before being moved to our flavoring station. Here is where we flavor our coffee. We can put 200 pounds of coffee into our flavoring barrel and tumble it with our natural liquid flavorings for a couple of minutes until the beans are fully coated. These next machines are our coffee grinders. The old grinder that you just saw can grind up to 600 pounds of coffee per hour, but our new grinder, which we nicknamed Big Red, can power through up to 2,000 pounds of coffee in an hour. The beans are poured from the flavoring drum into an elevator, which dumps them into a hopper at the top of the grinder. Instead of using blades or burrs, Big Red uses 2 sets of rollers to crush the coffee beans. This lets us make sure that our ground coffee is always the same consistency. Next, the coffee is sent to be packaged. Here you can see one of our weigh and fill machines. We add the whole bean or ground coffee to the hoppers at the top. These machines are accurate to within 1/10 of an ounce. We use these weigh and fill machines to fill our 12-ounce, 2-pound, and 5-pound bags. The bags are then sent to our roll-down station, where they are sealed and boxed. We use a triple roll-down method to make sure the bags are airtight. This is our packaging machine. It uses roll stock, which weaves through the machine almost like a newspaper printing press. The roll stock is then formed into a bag, filled with either ground or whole bean coffee, and sealed. Here we are using it to make 2-pound bags, which are weighed and inspected after coming off of the machine. We use this machine to fulfill some of our larger wholesale orders, such as Costco, Colorado. About every 5 weeks, Costco, Colorado orders 12,000 2-pound bags of coffee from us, and this machine can make those bags in about 4 to 5 days. In addition to bagged coffee, we also offer some of our flavors in K-Cups. The K-Cups that we use are all 100% recyclable. Our new K-Cup machine can fill and seal up to 4,000 K-Cups per hour, which helps us keep up with the growing demand for these. This is our shipping department, where we handle all of the orders that we receive through our website and Amazon, as well as special orders through the gift shop. We keep a backstock of freshly roasted coffee to help us fill orders quickly. These jugs contain the liquid flavorings that we use to flavor our coffee, which are 100% natural and allergen-free. When we receive special orders online or through the gift shop, we add the natural flavoring to a little beaker and then mix it into the beans by hand, following specific recipes for each flavor. Most of our flavors are custom created just for us, such as Piñon and Bizcochito, which is inspired by New Mexico's state cookie. Here you can see a typical order being prepared for shipment. To make sure our products aren't damaged, we use packing peanuts stored in what we like to call Old Blue. The packing peanuts that we use are actually made from cornstarch, so they are biodegradable. On average, we receive between 300 and 400 orders each week. Once the box is sealed with our yellow tape, the order is ready to be shipped out anywhere in the U.S., as well as to those serving on military bases overseas. Thank you for joining us on this tour today. We hope you enjoyed this little behind-the-scenes look at how our coffee is made.